forces towards B to begin with, and that's a pretty good read because, as you know, we can see that there's a couple lurkers towards that Ivy position, but the main brunt of the attack, the main attack is coming through to that B bomb site, and Ali's going to spot the initial dart across there. Sergey is going to take Mayen's head off, and you know what? MIBR call the abort. They're going to wrap it back around towards the ladder room, combine with the Ivy players to snap onto that A bomb site.
What are they going to be able to find, though, is the real question. X7 and company are still here left to defend this site, and they're getting a rotation out as well to the back halls. KNG, though, so far able to deal with that rotation through the back side. But Alu and Sunny now chiming in, putting a stop to this round.
So he's talking about icing the kicker.
Yeah.
That's where I know that phrase from.
We are in Anaheim, after all, so might as well make an American football reference.
Nice. And, you know, they've also served to diminish the utility of the ENCE side, so not enough, it would seem, as there's a big nade coming in. Some damage being done. There's that one kill, and a bomb goes down as well, so that is a huge bonus. They might even be able to get another kill. Oh, Alu getting dinked. Just a Glock, though. They don't have that much firepower, so ENCE can just walk forward. KNG with that P250 eventually goes down, so there you go.
That is one of the pitfalls of playing the slower style. If you're not finding picks early or getting like an early advantage, it causes you to get bogged down to a 5-on-5 where everything kind of at a standstill. No one's really moved very much. But they do get that kill onto ladder room thanks to Taco coming over from the inner hall, so now they can start swinging into this outer bomb site, using the utility to keep pushing forward and more forward. KNG also finding a kill, and they might just get this bomb plant in time. Indeed they should. There it is.
And there it is. ENCE have been jockeyed out of position as well, so they can't really do anything for a retake. So, X7 heard that flashbang connect with the player, so he knows someone's pushing at the same time. And so he'll reposition to the back line. KNG, though, he has the position first, and he delivers a deadly headshot to X7, and that's going to start the round off here now for MIBR, as Alu has to call question of everything around this position. Coming in from CT, doesn't know where KNG is. Although KNG will have his back to Alu. Not expecting that rotation. And now the bomb comes through to B. Sergey with it all to do, but the flashbang has him absolutely dead to rights. As Alu now, it all rests on him. Another great flashbang. Time and again, MIBR gaining advantage with their utility usage and their timing as a team. But Alu keeps it going.
Ariel coming in now with the UMP, trying to see if they can make this retake work, but Mayern has other things to say about it as he finds Alu leaving Ariel all by his lonesome. He has upgraded to an AK-47, but there's just way too many things to worry about at once, and Made in Brazil do find a second round there, and intercept piece here from Made in Brazil. Plenty of utility to work with to get their way in. Just the one player up close to deal with, and he's been blinded out and taken care of with ease. Still is a one CT left here in the site that they'll have to clear out. They've already caught Ariel on the backstab. And everything's going swimmingly for Made in Brazil. A very efficient anti-eco, that has to be said. Even trying to farm some cash with this SMG from Fur. He's already gotten 2 kills with the MAC-10, so it's more than paid for itself already. Trying to see if he can't get a bit more. Yeah.
So the work that they've been doing is very apparent, but hold that thought for a moment. The flashbangs come through to get themselves towards E-Box. KNG gets the initial trade. They're out there looking to frag, but it is ENCE holding things down for the time being. Fallen has to save it. He's the only person with health or position at this point. And he is now the only man standing against 4. The in-game leader looking to lead by example, as all eyes are on him, as everybody waits, staring at the death cam. Fallen is the one who still is out there trying to do some damage to the economy of ENCE. That's really, like a kill or 2 is perhaps his best case that he can hope for. Let's see if they give him any edges. Absolutely not. Alu holds the angle, and ENCE pick up another round. So that quick, aggressive play didn't work out for MIBR, and that's kind of the point of it, I think, in many cases. And 7 goes really aggressive. He's been absolutely murdered by Mayen.
That seemed really ill-advised, Dan.
Oh my god.
I don't know about all that. I'm not sure about that one.
Well, this is the wrong round, I think, for that play to be called. That's unfortunate.
I can't believe he committed even through the fire. Like, I mean, that was...
This is what we call a build order loss, if we're talking about, you know, StarCraft terms.
Yeah, again, and Made in Brazil love triple Ivy. If ENCE and Taco usually the ones that are holding the other positions, it's usually Fallen, KNG, and Taco playing this, or Mayern, excuse me.
And there's the punish peek from Fallen. Gets the... Oh man, gets Ariel all the way towards ladder room. Great stuff from Fallen. That is what he does. Battle Sniper, quick reactions, close range. shotgun over the AWP. Mayan will keep him safe for now. They'll see the rest of the players of MIBR. They know what's going on, but they are unable to stop the movement of these Brazilians. They take this A-bomb site by force, and there's nothing to stop it at this point. Sergey with a deagle against 3. And he is not looking to be in any workable positions here with that deagle, unfortunately. This is perhaps one of the hardest sites in the game to retake. And it's not looking great for Sergey. He might want to actually try to save what he has.
Yeah, has armor and a deagle. Could be of value for sure, unless he can somehow find a way to get one of these 2 guns that have fallen off, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere near that. So Made in Brazil, it's worth noting that Maynard's the default Ivy player, but when they run this play, they always put KNG there because they want an entry force that can play back halls and towards Ivy, especially if they decide to divert back to outer.
Counter utility being used here by ENCE. They seem to have a read after this B play. It's a pretty good setup. They got a committed player on the bomb site. That is going to be Sunny by the coils, by the cogs. He's going to have to do a lot here. Sergey there with assistance. Great damage from the M4. He's still alive and kicking, as is Sunny. He will get traded eventually, but he's done his job. Just 2 players left. He has to force the bomb plant. Sergey, does he go forwards? He's going to wait for his teammates. That bomb's been planted. Taco, 1 versus 3 on his hands. It's going to be a very tough situation to try to recover from. They know exactly where he is. There's only one way out of this situation, and it's headshots. Taco can't get the first one, and that will be the round for ENCE.
Again, they've left KNG as the Ivy player, but he's actually shuffling back over pretty quickly to T-Con. So he wants to help this attack rather than backstab. Taco leading the charge here up the sidewalk, pushing really close to Z before finally getting caught by Sunny. Bomb doesn't get planted, but Sunny just biding his time, playing very patiently. Really good trigger discipline to wait this all out. He's just not done yet, Dan. He's continuing to dispatch of players on Made in Brazil. He's won this round almost single-handedly.
Yeah, Sunny played this so well. That setup was really cool because you can see the way that it was designed. It was actually to punish the players who run sidewalk, to get overcommitted, because you get to a certain point, you haven't seen anyone, and now you're exposed to 3 people at once. Smoked off. That means Sergey has a lot to do here. He'll get traded out by Fur, and that might be it. That might be game over.
Yep.
They can't get back into the bomb site.
This is like the dream scenario on Inner Execute. Is Fur getting this deep towards Z, but while the bomb gets planted, getting so much space denied to ENCE. Now they have no footing to go for this retake as quickly as they would like to, but they still find a way to break through anyhow. Aerial doubles up right there. Mayern able to respond and keep it even at a 3-on-3, but ENCE still do have the health advantage as they start pressing their way forward. They also might be able to use their utility to their advantage in the kit. 7 is able to find Taco Sunny onto Mayern, and there you have it. ENCE actually still pulled that off despite the fact that Made in Brazil looked comfortable throughout that whole process. I mean, they got so much room. They got the bomb down quickly. Seemed like that was destined to be a Made in Brazil round, but ENCE, to their credit, found a way to win. Now we see the inners spill out here again. Sergey having an easy time there with the M4, collecting a couple of kills, but this bomb is actually still going to get planted when it's all said and done. So main goal accomplished. And they won't get much else, but still, that's what they wanted strategically. So it's nice to see them get a little more foundation, and that's a great little double drop down on ladder room to take out Aerial. It's so hard to pull that off, to be fair, and they actually do so about the best you could hope for.
And Alu's having to make a risky play here. He's going to have to push around Olofmeister by himself, scoped in. He knows there are players close enough. He cannot unscope at this point. He's got to stay scoped in. He's got to guess correctly, and here he just sees a little bit of arse, but can he find the frag? Holding the corner here. I don't know if his barrel will show. He's going to hear Mayan running around as well. He's pulled out his deagle. Again, he doesn't want to scope as he'll give away a sound cue. And at this point, it's very important to have that surprise, the element of surprise. And he certainly will do. Ali's about to catch Mayan, I think. And indeed, he gets the headshot onto Mayan. And Sunny indeed also gets himself a frag. So it's getting desperate now for the Brazilians.
And indeed it is. Just these aggressive positionings are really hard, and now there's no time to plant this bomb, you had to imagine. He's going to try, but no, Sergey is wise to the timing, able to get that kill. Now they have to work with very little in this one. Save it for last.
Well, great pick from KNG, goes straight out there to kill the player crossing to ladder room and create some attention towards that A bomb site as they move into the B bomb site instead, but Sergey's there ready and waiting with the Krieg. The spray is going to land his mark, and doesn't really seem like there's too much left to do here, and indeed,
and he is going to very quickly hop out into Olaf, trying to run down, but Alu was waiting for that play, actually does tag him, tries to finish it off with the nade. It misses, but he gets the op shot. as a parting gift. But a couple of kills coming from Brazil in the process, and they actually have a pretty big advantage because of it.
Oh my god, he
That's
gets a
so
headshot.
crazy.
That doesn't make any sense, to be honest. I think that's a crime. Put that man in prison. And now it's just Sergey left. What is going on in this round is it pushes all over the place. Oh my god. Sergey with that Krieg. It's a very powerful weapon, especially at these ranges. It's going to have to be. Never mind.
Yeah, ENCE has still some work to do to try to get us into a third map. At least they do have the edge coming into the second half thanks to a nice little comeback there in the first half on their CT side. And they've done a lot of damage already early into this one. A couple of players are very, very low on health right now, and they're starting to get those entries they need over towards the center bomb site, as well as outer. They're pressuring both sides at the same time very effectively. The bomb will be recollected there by Alu. 3-on-2 now. They have full control of the inner bomb site.
Oh, nicely done. Fallen picks up one. It's a very, very labored fight. They have no idea about Aerial, actually, coming in from the flank. Oh, gets caught out off guard, but still lands the headshot with the Glock, and it's going to be another round for ENCE. They picked up both pistols, actually. Smoke grenade as well, so this could be quite dangerous. We'll see if MIBR can. Normally, a T side will go B in these scenarios. That's like very commonly what you'll do, because you don't have to worry about a lot of positions. You can just get onto a plant quickly, but they try to take ladder room, and they'll get absolutely annihilated by the Deagle of Fur. The HE might finish him off. In fact, it did no damage, I think, even though it landed right behind him. There you go, Counter-Strike HEs, but man will go down on the bomb site. But again, the bomb is still on the ground at ladder room, and Sonny, he can't make his way for it either. And the Deagles, they win the round, and just when you thought everything was going to go ENCE's way,
it was all about what opportunity he would get, and it was a little bit of a cold start for him when he first joined the team. Like his first tournament, it was a little bit rough, but he's starting to develop and starting to learn his place on this team, you think. And now we're seeing ENCE have to work with just upgraded pistols, really. Already one player off the board. There's another. Well, that's it. Interesting to see him playing this spot. Normally this would be a spot that like X7 would play on a default, as Sergey's usually the inners guy. And it's a boost that actually comes out and takes out Alu, so that's another problem to add to all that.
Oh no, and Sonny's going to have to go back there, it seems. That is not the plan. The plan is not to lose Alu there and have Sonny take up his position. You want to keep the pressure on Ivy to keep players towards the A bomb side as they go in for the B push. However, there is Taco playing very close.
Yep, and the ops support him from the backside as well. And Taco does go down, though, with no kills to his name to show for it. But again, KNG had rotated already with the op, and he's able to find a kill. Keeps it an advantage for Made in Brazil. This bomb is now finally getting planted, but it's coming at a cost of a lot of damage to these players thanks to an HE grenade. And first, wise to this flank at T-Con.
That's a huge bit of information, isn't it? They know where the other two players are, I think. So This is a huge problem. They're going to start moving forward. Fur going for that flank, but oh, beautiful. They were starting to worry about Fur. They just heard him stepping, and that was all that was needed, because then all the T's on the site start turning around to Fur, leaving their backs exposed to Fur's teammates. And Sonny, he's just been left out in the cold here. What a series to bring it down. If this goes to a third, we'll be in similar territory, as they will be on Overpass. Again, don't have any stats on that map for a long time. Nice double setup here. This is quite dangerous.
That smoke separates them from helping each other, though, but it's no problem for Taco. He pushes through anyhow, finds the kill, able to get out of dodge and start calling that this sidewalk push is coming into fruition from ENCE. And all the kills so far going the way of Made in Brazil, I guess to be expected on a round like this where ENCE didn't have much to work with except this AK from Sonny, and it will find nothing. The clock is ticking. They need to make a decision here quickly. They're going to try to go once again towards ladder. First shut them down last time. This time, a great timing on that flash will get them the control they need.
And Fallen has to pull back, but there's May at close range. He picks up one, but Fallen goes down when he tries to reposition. The timing impeccable from ENCE. And now it's down to Taco and KNG on the rotation. Oh, he found actually the delay. That's actually pretty huge. He can just push forwards now. Oh, can he get it again? Can he get it again? Oh, he can't. It's going to be the bomb planted there successfully. They had time. There was some damage done, though, and KNG, in that distraction, creeps forwards. He might find an opening, finds the shoulder. Oh, it's not quick enough, but he is still alive. He is still kicking, and there is still time to try to find a defuse on this bomb, but he has to bait these players into the open. Alu there whiffs the shot. And KNG, he needs to hit the shot of his life to take down one of these players, as they are not going to give him anything. there's a peek, it's a double peek, it's another whiff, and that just can't happen. It's looking dead now for KNG. He might be able to escape with the orb if he's lucky, and looks like he'll be lucky this time.
Man, Taco was like 10 more hit points away from stopping the plant a second time and probably winning the round.
Yeah.
That was actually a really close call for ENCE.
He might be thinking to maybe catch a second player that might try to peek as the first player bait
Right.
the shot. That's sometimes what the teams do, but it will be a trade towards ladder room. And I have to say, ENCE has been pretty good actually at getting that ladder control. That's been Fur has not been so successful in consistently holding this position down.
Yeah, it's like I think he's like 1 for 3 on that position so far this half, which certainly helps out ENCE. Mayern will take up the spot now, though, and still continue to make sure that that spot is defended properly. But it does mean that the defense is going to be spread a bit more thinly. Taco, though, holding a new angle this time, Dan, and this could be something that ENCE is not going to be prepared for. And there it is, gets the kill, gets the bomb down, still alive, still holding on, might be able to even find more and need a second taken care of by Taco. What a play by him to get the advantage for Made in Brazil.
That's such a dirty play from Taco. It's a one-and-done spot. He gets 2 from it. And now there's been enough time for his teammates to get in position, to get out of connector. And you can see ENCE will be stuck around the bomb train. KNG, oh no, it's X7. What a fantastic shot. Finding Fallen there. Now KNG will creep forwards. ENCE looking pretty good here to maybe convert this one. It's X7. Oh no, the timing. Poor X7. Couldn't have been worse on that timing. Alu now is up to him. Coming in from this upper position. A whiff from KNG. That gives Alu a chance. He's going to pull out the knife here, going for the shot. Beautiful. Alu knows how to close it out, and he'll do just that.
Yeah, damage exchanged for both sides, but no one's really found a foothold just yet in the round. Fallen, though, spotting T's dropping around T-Con and does dispatch of Alu. Nice headshot there from him, doing the extra damage. Now the first assistant towards Ivy. Misses, but still alive. Still buying time, still holding his ground, and there's another one onto Aerial. Again, Fallen known for how he handles the pressure of being closed on. When his back's against the wall, he can deliver, and he's going to continue to do so with KNG's assistance as well, leaving Sunny all by his lonesome.
What do you do if you're Sunny in this position? Fallen has 1 HP. He got dinked at the beginning of the round. He almost died, but then he converts that into a 3K, decimating the ENCE push. That is what he does. That is who he is from that position. A power player, and KNG is going to jump across the angle. He was the guy who had HP. Fallen and Taco don't have almost any to their name, and there is some time here for Sunny to try to work them out, but they know where he is. There's only 2 potential avenues that he can now emerge from, and this is one of those 2. And Fallen's on that position. Who better to close the round down with 1 single point of health? Of course, it's Fallen with the quad kill.
Crazy flashy, high-speed flick shots or anything like that, but he was just steady, and he was really good in pressure. And that was a big play from him in that round. And now it's just pistols for ENCE. Fur already finding one with the SMG. All the rest of ENCE are now funneled to Ivy. And that TV got wrecked.
Indeed. It is important for a player like Fallen as well to really leave his mark on the game, because that's when they're their best.
Absolutely. With the new Pro Tour.
Shipping the home of DreamHack.
Oh, thank you. Production said I pronounced it right. That's
thank you. And here goes the push straight into the outer bomb side once again, trying to capitalize on the chaos and falling up on top of the train. And I think he actually connected that indeed. Sergey down to 4 HP. And now Fallen now will slither away back towards the hell position. And Taco's now made his presence known. He's the only one standing. He's got to win this fight to try to gain access to the A site. He's able to creep through, or maybe not actually.
CT's playing passive over towards Ivy and Bomb Train, but Fallen does have that AWP. It's going to be hard to deal with him, and he's already going to find one.
It's a good shot. Fur sitting by Sandwich. No one's found him. He gets another one. That is a huge problem. They'll eventually take down Fallen, and Sunny does find Fur as well. That is a miracle. It feels like there's a chance they're still in this one. Sergey, 10 seconds left that bomb. I don't think he's going to have time to plant this one. He now doesn't have any time at all. He's trying to wrap around the red train, but it's not going to happen. He's just going to have to get out of there. Hold on to the weapon.
That's going to prompt him to pull out the incendiary to try to slow down this push a little bit so he can focus his aim over towards ladder, try to keep all angles covered as best as possible with these 3 players. And Fur taking care of things over at Ivy. A couple of big kills there from him. Aerial is able to trade it back and was looking for Fallen as well there for a moment. Sergey, in the meantime, has found a way to flex himself into outside. He finds a kill also, but only one. Fallen quickly trades him back, and now it's all on Aerial, running out of time and out of health, it might seem, as there's 2 CTs left against him. Tried his damnedest, but it's just not enough in main Brazil.
And it's over, pretty much, in this round.
Unless this bomb goes outer. Let's hold the phone. There's 3 defenders here that could get this bomb down, perhaps, but no, it does shuffle out of there. So, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably over.
Yeah, don't throw that bit of variance into the mix. It's like, oh, let's just go to the...
And main Brazil will save these weapons, right?
I've seen teams do that before, and then they like run into the CTs who are like running to save, and then the bomb goes down, and it's like, uh-oh. You know, we've made a terrible mistake.
Yes.
But it looks like they will go for the correct play and plant the bomb in the safe location. And we're going to get ourselves it's going to be round 30 to decide whether this goes to overtime or not. Ends with a very respectable round. And, you know, starting off with a pick on default and created a lot of problems for MIBR. And, you know, Taco's position, those spots, it's really difficult. If you peek them correctly, you know, because Taco had this left eye versus right eye position. So if the player who's coming in, which from the T perspective, you're the right eye peeker, you will have the advantage in that particular angle. So you got to be really careful if you're Taco, and that's why a lot of pros will actually jiggle as well, because they'll jiggle peek stuff so that if they're at a disadvantageous angle, they'll get contact and information, but not commit themselves to the unfavorable engagement.
Most of which are now pressing into his inner sight. Taco left alone with the Deagle, trying his best to buy time, find kills where he can, but no one's really giving him a look. In the meantime, Fallen's been trading out with KNG, Alu with another kill, and it's not looking good. It's looking like OT.
Fallen's still alive, though, with the AWP, and he's making his way in. No support. It's a man and an AWP. And he will go down. Overtime has indeed been secured. Great stuff from ENCE to do so. Honestly, there's so many things that were working against them. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But that said, ENCE are looking to change that story. They've been stepping things up here. Double flashbang play for the Ivy aggression, but there are T's out in the outer positions as well. They can be all over the place, and they could have inner control now as well. So, oh my god, X7, great push, finds himself one on the bomb train, and now it's going to be a bit awkward here for MIBR. They're feeling that pressure, but ENCE are not committed to the outer bomb site. X7 was out there for a long time, but eventually now he will get dealt with. You know, it's just enough time had to pass. Oh dear, that's a great angle for Sergey to hold. That's beautiful. And once again, first struggling to find that value into the ladder room. Didn't seem to consider that a player could be holding that position.
Uh-oh, and look at this. Aerial sneaking into inner. They can do so much with this thing. They can shuffle the bomb back over, knowing that the site is fully under their control. Aerial can also backstab through back halls or through Z. There's so many possibilities here for Aerial, and they have no idea. And he spots the barrel, Fallen's AWP is going to get right behind him, gets the headshot, clears the rest of inner sight. The bomb can come in safely. And this round seems to be sliding through Made in Brazil's fingers now. It wasn't even 3-on-3 for a bit. There was a hope for anyone, but now that hope is lost as the Finns punch in the digits and probably lock the round in.
ENCE played so well off of having one player be very aggressive in the yard. With a couple of smokes down, a couple of flashbangs out there, you know, the initial pick to really sell it and to create a lot of rotation. And then they pushed everything after that. And that was a really big problem. They had pressure everywhere. So many holes in the defense. Really very well played by ENCE. And they're going to take down everybody. Once you have that opening kill as a team, whether you're on the CT side or the T side, you can have some protocols as to how you shuffle your rotations and your defense or your offense, respectively, to account for that. Because you don't need as much information if you've got the man advantage. So you don't have to have as much position. If you have less position, it's less risky. You can cover each other better.
Yeah. First said, I'm not going to be there this time around, guys. You guys can just have that space. And Fallen actually watching with the AWP, that's probably going to be different for ENCE. They're probably not used to having to deal with this as they come out this location. If they decide to come out here, they might even just shuffle back and go forward towards inner. Hard to say at this moment. I think they're just trying to see what they can find first. Seeing if anybody might push late into ladder or something like that.
Oh, gets caught again with that rotation. That's the second time Aerial's caught him doing that. And in goes Sergey. This is it. They're pushing everywhere at once. That's the bomb there in inner as well. And that's actually where MIBR hold on to. So with 35 seconds left and the rotation through the ladder for the bomb, there might be a chance. There's the bomb. KNG's caught it. It's now down on the ground. It's got to be collected, but they have to traverse these open spaces against the AWP. But there goes the AWP. ENCE finally started to find some great solutions here. A quick trade inner will create problems for MIBR. It's certainly a more favorable scenario for the T side. That is for certain when you get a 4v4 like this with so much time on the clock. See, you know, the T site can just kill the clock a little bit and reset the situation. And look at this push. Fallen has a disadvantage here on this angle because they don't have coverage of both sides of the bomb train. KNG getting closer, emerging from old bomb, goes for the play, quick scope onto Aerial, and now tapping the bomb. Someone has to go out and peek this. But no one's going to peek it. They don't believe. They don't believe. They are non-believers. Oh my god, the timing from Sunny is perfect.
Yeah.
If he drops down and no scopes Aerial, I will lose it. Oh my god! I can't. That's just Fallen, isn't it? Just in a nutshell.
I'm glad you didn't risk something more, dangerous with that call. You only just risked that you would lose it, which is a very abstract,
And it was a quick scope as well.
Yeah.
So
wasn't quite what you
that's just what on earth do you do against that? That's just
I don't know.
Oh no, X7's getting caught out here as well. Surely he'll get flanked. There it is, coming out of T main Fur with a vengeance. And now they got the 4v3. They have 30 seconds to plant the bomb, so that's enough time.
It is indeed enough time unless someone starts dropping some kills, which could be Sunny, already hanging out here on the bomb train, waiting for that very moment so he can strike when he's most needed. But look at these T's swarming from all directions, really starting to put the pressure on Sunny. But Sunny so far has been up to the task. He's continuing to dish out blows left and right to Made in Brazil. It's only now 2 standing, trying to plant this bomb. Mayern has to fake it, wheeling around the bomb train, does find Sergey, but time is so low, and Alu is oh so close to him. As Z comes out to smoke, but Mayern spots it, but can't get the kill. Alu instead the victor, and with that, the map goes the way of ENCE, and we will indeed actually need that third map to figure things out, Dan.
And if you look at the point in which ENCE came back to bring it to overtime, how hopeless everything looked, but the fact that they did it and the fact that they did it in dominating fashion, we have to forget about the rest of the series. Moving into Overpass, it's completely up. Just a blank slate, and this map, this series is wide open now. I cannot wait to find out what happens, and all we have to do is wait for a short break. We'll be back after that for the final map of this series. Don't go anywhere.